All right, here we are on day whatever we're on. All right, I'm losing track of days and time. So this is the entryway, right? This is to come into the vehicle. We've taken out that wall that was here, the partitioned everything back. There's the power supply conversion box. We're gonna have to probably get a new one of those. As we come through, here is what the back of it looks like. We've taken pretty much everything out. Ceiling is down to whatever wood got stuck in the process of making the fiberglass roof, right? So there's a fan vent. We have two of these, a 14-inch by 14-inch. We have two of those on order. Here's a big old portal that we're gonna have to fill after we cut the screws off. But that's the ceiling. Really, the hole there was for ventilation for number 2 for the bathroom and sink area. So a lot of rust, right? And then we've got some areas where we sprayed it with some things something that's supposed to help the metal from oxidizing. And we sprayed it once or twice and then went over it with a wire brush on our drill. All right, so there's some more rust there. We're gonna spray some of that off before we get started. And then there's the cab, right? So everything that was in here behind the driver and passenger seat pretty much is, well, gone. Everything coming down from the ceiling. Now here's the part where that right there is where the CB radio antenna is, and I think that is a big part of where all of this rust and water damage came from. So we've got a bit of work ahead of us. Look at that separation there. Look at that. I don't even know what that is. Is that like liquid metal that's solid or solidified or attached to the wood, or it's nasty. Right, a lot of nasty stuff in here. We're gonna have to clean up. Wires for lights. So when we come back through and rewire this, what we're likely going to do is run Panduit or something similar to it along the floor here in the corners, right? And then run Panduit up the wall across the ceiling to whatever item it is that we're running the wiring to. That way in the future, if something happens to the wiring, we can just simply pull the Panduit back, get to the wiring instead of trying to pull down the ceiling again. I was looking at 3/4 inch. I'm gonna see if we can't squeeze 1/2 inch plywood in here, right? And then run the 1/2 inch plywood in place without having to remove the roof. We'll see how that works out. And then this wall here, I think right now the plan is, because there's a big old hole behind that table, window, vent. So here's the seam, one seam of it. We'll walk over, there's the other seam. It's about a 5-foot span across, you know, and then 6'3", 6'4", somewhere in there, top to bottom. So I'm looking at actually cutting that out and removing it. Get rid of the window, get rid of the vent, get rid of the hole down there. Leaving the outside paneling in place, right? So leaving that fiberglass exterior, but then building out a small wall to put in place of the 3 holes that we have here. Putting some spray insulation in, spray foam insulation, and then this little, you know, particle board type wood on top of that. So that's where we are now in the process. We'll keep you up to date as best we can. I don't know when I'm actually going to upload these videos, and at some point I'm going to have to make like an intro video so folks know whose voice is rambling in the background. Right? Thanks for watching.